So I unfortunately survived the tornado apocalypse that was happening in Wisconsin last night. And I wanted to make this video covering that Call of Duty is really confusing the hell out of me. Call of Duty is making some of the worst decisions and some of the best decisions I've seen in a very long time. Like, Infinity Ward might actually be listening to criticism, and Call of Duty might be rebooting, and to start off that reboot might be making a movie about it. There's so much confusing stuff that I don't even know where to begin. It's so confusing that I'm not even recording this in my setup. I'm recording this in my car on my lunch break. That's how confusing this is. You're going to see some amazing 1911 gameplay. And speaking of the 1911, I really like it. You know, I've mentioned it a few times before, but I am now switched to a hardcore player, and the 1911 feels very good in hardcore. The only issue I have with the 1911 is that as soon as you get any attachments on it, it feels like it loses how iconic the 1911 is. Because the 1911 is like one of the first guns I think of when I think of Call of Duty. I think of the 1911, I think of the M4. Maybe you could throw in like the PPSH in there, but like it's without a doubt super iconic. And once you throw attachments on there, you throw the prestige attachment of it being full auto, and you feel like you lose the gun's entire identity, and it just feels like another Jaeger 45 that's full auto. But that's besides the point. But honestly, it's still super fun. It's gonna be my main pistol for now, so I'm excited to be using it going forward. And not to mention that coming in Season 2 Reloaded, they are making it the starter pistol for the curse mode. Like, oh my goodness, Call of Duty is cooking. And not to mention that they're absolutely cooking on Endgame. So originally, I made a video. Well, I recorded a video talking about everything that was going on in Call of Duty Season 3 and how I was kind of disappointed. I was disappointed with the fact that I felt like Season 3 had nothing, at least for multiplayer or warzone or any of the modes that I was semi-playing. Because I'm a multiplayer guy through and through. I don't really touch zombies, and Endgame, it felt like I lost all of the fun for it after I got the Endgame camo. Like, your silly little, like, chopper gunner world event's not gonna make me come back to Endgame. But Endgame, without really my knowledge, came back and added, like, a bunch of challenges to go get. And they're called, like, I forgot what they're called, like, glitch challenges? Oh my goodness, they are so fun. I know they just made a change to where Endgame is now 24 players instead of the 16 it was, but I was really enjoying the fact that there was only 16 players in Endgame. And I know a lot of people were against that fact, but Endgame was ruined for me in Season 0 when there was 32 players on the map, because by the time you got to anything, it was just... Hang on, I gotta awkwardly sit here and wait because there's some lady outside my car and I don't want her to hear me, because I have social anxiety. Oh, she forgot something. Hang on. Okay, we're good. So I just wanted to defend, like, the 16-player Endgame, because it made it to where I could go into command bases and nobody wouldn't have already raided them. It was nice to have the 16, like, the 32 players, because if there was a legendary one and I wasn't a high enough rank, I could go sweep in there, sneak, and get the legendary rarity upgrade for my gun. And now my gun's a lot better for the, you know, the tiers 1 through 3 zones. But now I'm okay with it, because, you know, it makes Endgame a little bit more engaging, I think. I hope at least some people agree with me with that take. Like, I enjoy it a lot more than the 32 player. But honestly, I haven't even gotten a chance to play with 24 now, so I have no clue if that's a good change, bad change. I guess we'll see in the coming weeks. And it also seems like these endgame challenges are like a part 1 of probably 3, so I'm excited to see that Endgame's getting post-launch, even more support after Season 3, which it sounded like that was the only amount of content they had, so I'm okay with it. Like, the ability to upgrade exotics and to go into a whole new system, like enter the glitch, is a fun mechanic, and I thought I was going to be able to handle it with just me and some random guy, but apparently I need like 3 people to do it, or I need better equipment. So that makes it fun, makes it feel like there's actually a challenge inside of Endgame. And I know this is probably one of the reasons you clicked on this video. Call of Duty is making a movie. Paramount is backing it. We have Peter Berg directing it. Dude, can we stop honking? I get it, this is a parking lot, but goddamn. Peter Berg directed Lone Survivor, and Call of Duty, when I first heard the news, I went, oh, they're making a Modern Warfare movie. Because to me, that felt the most feasible, and it felt the most doable for Call of Duty. I didn't imagine them doing like a World War II timepiece, and I definitely did not imagine them doing a Black Ops one. I just didn't see them doing a Black Ops movie due to the fact that I feel like since Black Ops plays on the fact of your mind and all these mind-bending stuff, that they wouldn't really tap into that. So I was like, okay, they're going to do Modern Warfare movie. They're going to cast all the people who are in the current Modern Warfare trilogy, just make them the actual actors, and it'll be just like a good tie-in to the Modern Warfare series. But people brought up this idea because, if you don't know, in 2028 is Call of Duty's 25-year anniversary. Microsoft acquired Activision, and Xbox as of recently has been announcing a lot of games on like games are going to be releasing a lot during the like anniversary windows. I think there was Fable, that was like, they announced a game that's releasing in their 20th year anniversary. I think it's Halo is doing the same thing. but everything's lining up to where Call of Duty would do the exact same thing. And everybody's suspecting that Call of Duty is going to reboot on that 25-year anniversary, because you really can't fit anything else into the Call of Duty timeline as of right now, especially when they synced up all the timelines, like Black Ops and Modern Warfare. So like all these games fit into like the same places, so they basically need to like reboot, and that could be really exciting. Call of Duty rebooting and basically starting from ground zero again definitely could be a fun way to, you know, revitalize the franchise. And people were suggesting, I think it was Iceberg and Ink Slasher from where I saw, were saying that this could be the introduction to the new Call of Duty universe, is this Call of Duty movie. And honestly, I'm on board. You know, you bring everybody in, people who are new to Call of Duty, people who are old, you know, people who've been around in the Call of Duty space for forever. Everybody's going to go see this Call of Duty movie, especially if they hear that it's rebooting Call of Duty, so it's a fresh jumping on point for new people. And old Call of Duty fans can go, okay, what are they doing here to innovate? And as much as I don't think a movie would be the way to go, it could be interesting to see how it pans out in 2028, which doesn't even feel like a real year. 2025 doesn't even feel like a real year, and here they are planning a movie for 2028. Fuck, it's 2026. Fuck me. It's 2026. Damn, really stuck in the past, huh? Just like everybody who's waiting for a BO2 remaster. Who said that? Like, it's insane to me, like, that Call of Duty might actually reboot and, like, reset the franchise, which would be insane. And we have no idea who's even developing COD 2028. All we know is that the project name is called, I think it's Delulu? I think I'm fucking that up. But whatever, we don't know jack shit about it. We know Infinity Ward is making the next one. We know Sledgehammer's making the one after Modern Warfare 4, which we basically know that's the next COD. And it's a brand new IP for Sledgehammer, so that's interesting. They're going to be making something new. That'll be fun. But speaking of Modern Warfare 4, a really unknown leaker has started talking about some leaks that they've heard from Modern Warfare 4. I can't find the original post right now, but if I can find it for the edit, I'll throw it up on screen. But the original MW4 leaks, it sounded like it was going to be an MW2 2.0. It was going to have a ton of visual recoil. It was going to move slow and clunky. It's going to move slower and clunkier like MW2, and it was just going to be just kind of a mess. And apparently we got some new leaks, and if those old leaks were true and these new ones are true, it seems like Infinity Ward might have been listening to criticism finally. We all know that Infinity Ward is like Activision's, like, you know, not a problem child. Like, they can do no wrong. Whatever Infinity Ward wants, they get. And they're not going to back down from decisions that they make. It was a big thing with like red dots on the minimap in MW19. They didn't want a minimap at all, but they eventually had to bend the knee and go, oh man, this classic Call of Duty feature probably needs to be in a Call of Duty. MW4, the new leaks are suggesting that we're going to have MW19/3 movement, which is something I was begging for, because MW3 felt like a good solid pace for a Call of Duty. It might have been a little too fast, but if they use some elements from MW19, slow down that movement a little bit, we can get a nice happy medium of fast and slow gameplay, and I think it could really benefit everybody. If there's a way for the movement to benefit every play style, it'll go a long way, because BO7's really promoting being fast and high-paced action, and really doesn't incentivize slower moving players. So if there's a Call of Duty that can try to find that happy medium, it would hopefully be a Modern Warfare game. Another thing that makes me really excited is that they are potentially doing campaign early access again. And they've only done that, I believe, no, they did it twice, I think. I believe they did it for MW2 and 3, if I'm not mistaken. I think the only one I don't know for sure is MW3, but I know they did it for MW2, which means that they are confident in the campaign, which is exciting. You know, releasing a campaign early is always nice because you get to play the single player narrative first, get that done, enjoy it, actually sitting there instead of having to rush through it and go immediately into multiplayer or the third mode. Then potentially doing it early makes me feel confident that the story is solid, and it makes me confident that they believe that their story is good. And that's exciting, and I can't wait to see what they are cooking for MW4, because there's a lot of holes that they need to fill and a lot of plot lines that they need to set up or like finish, because I feel like this is the last Modern Warfare for now. So I really hope they can tie up all the loose ends, you could say. The other thing is that DMZ, if you don't know from back in MW2, DMZ was like their mode that they were promoting. However, DMZ got like some of the worst post-launch support ever. Like, basically they do not support that mode at all whatsoever. So the leak suggests that DMZ 2.0, but I think they're just going to call it DMZ, is going to get a ton of support. So they are ramping up to be like the next Warzone, basically, is what I'm assuming. Which is very exciting because it means that they're actually putting some thought into like their decisions. So that's fun and exciting. I'm happy, and I'm really hoping DMZ can like deliver on everything. Like, I hope DMZ can be like this endgame mode for me right now. Like a PvE VP would be such a fun experience for me. I haven't really dove into extraction shooters. I know Arc Raiders was big. Marathon is like a mixed bag. But if Call of Duty can deliver on what they do best, which is taking complex modes or complex games and simplifying them and making them feel really good, we could have something great with DMZ. Because honestly, that's what Call of Duty specializes in. They create good gunplay and simplify complex games. Like hero shooters with BO3 and BO4, they simplified it, made it easy to understand. And I'm hoping that they can do the same thing. And lastly, which is something we really don't know, apparently there's another new mode coming, which would be weird and different, because I was expecting DMZ to be like that fourth mode for everybody. Like we were going to get a campaign multiplayer, probably a Spec Ops, and then DMZ / Warzone / whatever they do. But if there's a fifth mode coming, that makes me worried that Warzone's gone. Not even worried. I made 3 fucking videos why Warzone should go. It makes me questioning what their next move is. And I'm excited to see what their next move is. If this new mode, I have no idea what this new mode can be. It could be similar to like the raids they did, but I know those were like a mixed bag with a ton of people because it was like a 3-person thing, and you never really had a trio. You always had a squad or just a duo. And I remember doing a raid, and I had to do a duo fill with my friend, and me and him were trying to talk to this stranger, and he was so dense that we could not get anything going at all, and we just failed the raid. But I'm hoping that this new mode that they're cooking up is something special, and it's just really all of this news is confusing to me because I don't like the idea of a Call of Duty movie, because especially from what I'm hearing that the director likes. Based on what I'm hearing is people are thinking that this Call of Duty movie is going to make a mockery of Call of Duty and not take itself seriously, which could be worrisome. But anyways, I have to go. My break's ending in like 30 seconds. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoy. but I'll quickly wrap up. Modern Warfare 4 could end up being one of the best Call of Duties we've gotten in a long while, and I'm really hoping it delivers on everything. And I'm really hoping that Call of Duty can actually cement itself as a great first-person shooter again and solidify itself as the best first-person shooter. But I'm here for either the true downfall or the massive resurgence of Call of Duty, and I'm here for it, and I'm here to cover it as much as I can. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Hope you guys have a great rest of your morning, evening, afternoon. I hope you guys remember that you matter and that you're important to this world, and I will catch you in the next one.